you? Where do you work?
Sportsman's Warehouse.
Where?
Sportsman's Warehouse.
Where is that?
It's up near. It's kind of like an academy or a Dick's. It's just more out stuff.
Oh, Sportsman's Warehouse. My daughter's boyfriend worked there.
Does he still work there?
Zach.
Oh, I think I know who you're talking about.
Where does Zach work?
Because he stopped working not too long ago, I think.
Yeah, he went to BMW. Where did you work? I know what department.
I work in
guns. He worked back there in the guns.
Oh yeah, I work in customer service.
Oh, okay. Yeah, I came up there the other day teaching my son to be a terrorist. Bought him a gun. Well, you know, I'm a terrorist. I'm a member of the NRA and I'm a veteran, so I'm a terrorist. All right, so let's go ahead and we got the recorder going. We got the presentation going. Let's go over. There was one question I didn't get to cover last time, Friday, and it was this question right here, I think. 12.3 42/8. Okay, the Taylors have recorded their weekly grocery expenses for the past 12 weeks and determined that the mean is weekly expenses was $83.10. Later, Miss Taylor discovered that 1 week's expense of $82 was incorrectly recorded as $43. What is the correct mean? Well, first of all, we need to see what we're doing here. Let's go to a handy dandy. And this is not only a standardized test question, it could also be a test question on my test. Why? Because I want you to fail. That's why. All right. And what will students do on this problem? They won't even do it. All right, they'll just skip it. First thing is, how many weeks? How many weeks is equal to 12? Okay. And what was the mean? The mean total was 83.10. And the correct $82 was recorded as 43. So that number is 82 minus 43. That's the correction. Now, the formula for mean is equal to the summation of x over n. All right. So somebody tell me, what do we have? We've got two things here, right up here. Tell me, what do we have in the formula? Get my highlighter out. Okay, this is where I want y'all to talk to me, interact. And nobody says anything. Well, how would you figure your weekly grocery expenses, your average? How would you do it for a month? And you go to the grocery store each week.
You add up each total and divide by how many weeks it was.
Okay, so what is N?
The amount of weeks.
Okay, so which one's in?
12.
Thank you. Was that hard, Mr. Brickman? Was that
No, it's
difficult?
pretty easy. I was writing down everything
I'm just
before I
messing.
started talking.
Okay, somebody tell me what else we have. Well, we've already done this, so that's out. You only got one other choice.
That's the mean total.
The mean total. So what is the mean? X bar. So that means that we got to find the number of all the weeks added up. So I'm going to multiply both sides. Let me plug in everything. Let's see, my yellow, the things I do for y'all. 8310 is equal to, hold on a second. I dropped one of my pens. $83.10 is equal to the summation of X over, take my pink pen, 12. All right, now here comes the algebra. How do I get the summation of X by itself? How do I get rid of divided? No, I just told you. How do I get rid of dividing by 12?
Multiply both sides by 12.
Multiply both sides by 12. And that cancels. And you're left with the summation of X is equal to, take my handy dandy calculator, and that's going to be 12 times 8310, 997.2. So when I added up all my grocery bills, okay, y'all, she's here. You can't talk about her now. 997.2. So Miss Cersei and Mr. Brickman, don't say anything. Okay. So this is the total of all grocery bills. Okay, I added all my grocery bills together and I got $997.20. Good gracious. There ain't no way I could get by that cheap. Every time I go to the daggone grocery store, $120, $130. But I'm a guy, so I'm not very thrifty. Okay. So this correction, we hadn't done this correction yet. So what kind of error do we have? Well, let's do that. 82 minus 43. We got a $39 error. And since the actual bill was more than the error, our correction is going to be added to our total. Sorry. Okay, since our actual $82 says it right here, it says Miss Taylor discovered that 1 week's expense of $82, that means that's actual, was incorrectly recorded as 43. So the $43 is already in our total. So we just got to add $39 more to our total. So we got to add 39 plus 997.2. And that's going to give us our new corrected total. So let's go back to our handy dandy calculator. 39 plus 997.2. 1036, and that's our new total. New total, or summation of x, is equal to 1036.2. New corrected total. Now, what if I want to find the average over 12 weeks? What do I do with that? 12. So our new corrected average is $86.35. Our new corrected average is equal to $86.35. And I'll highlight that green because that's our answer. So, beginning of the problem, 12 weeks. Our total mean was $83 per week. And we have a correction right here of $39. So the first thing we have to do is remember our formula. Mean is equal to the summation of x over n. Our mean is $83.10 over 12 weeks. To solve this algebraically, we multiply it by 12 on both sides. That gets rid of the fraction. And that leaves that the summation of x for our average of $83.10 is $997.2. That's part one. Now, the correction is $39, and it's plus because the actual is more than the error. So it's going to be plus. If it was negative, then you would subtract it. You add it to the total, and that gives you a new total for summation of x right here. So to find our new average, we take that new summation and divide by 12. And that gives us our new average. So instead of $83.10 per week, it's $86.35 per week. That's what mine is, and I go 2 or 3 times a week. But I do have a 14-year-old, so that's like a human vacuum cleaner. $86.35. $86.35. And we feel good about ourselves. All right, so that's the 3 questions we got last week. And I think these are the 3 questions we got this week. First one, 12.3, 49/12. Okay, now we went over this a while back. We did the 5-number summary. And I told you that the 5-number summary, I'm going to give you some examples. Let's do an example right quick. Well, I'll tell you what. let's come back to this. And I'm just going to make up a problem. And we're going to go through it. And we're going to do everything. Excel spreadsheet. And I'm going to make up some, let's see, centered. And I'm going to make them bigger. All right. N is equal to, let's say, 15. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15. I think I just did, let's see, let's count them and make sure. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 12, 13, 14, 15. Okay, I want everybody to find the mean, median, mode, range, mid-range, variance, standard deviation, and then down here, min, first quartile, second quartile, third quartile. I'm gonna go over everything. So if you freak out and forget something, don't worry about it because I'm going to help you out when we get there. The mean is also called the average. It's also called X bar. It's also called mu. Median, that's the middle. Make sure you remember about n, odd and even. Mode is what shows up the most. Range is your high minus your low. Mid-range is high plus low divided by 2. Variance, I'll do something there to, I'll have to write the formula down for that. Min is the minimum, that's your lowest. Second is the median. Well, first quartile is also equal to the 25th percentile. The second quartile is also equal to the 50th percentile. Oops. Which is also your median. The third quartile is also called the third quartile. Or percentile. And the max is your largest number. Or highest. Okay, so let's do it. Summation of all these numbers divided by 15. Median is your middle number. You got 15, so 7 down. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. And there, I'm going to highlight that yellow, is your median. Since n is odd, you just pick the middle number. So that means the second quartile is equal to that. Oops, my bad. Min is equal to that number. And we'll color that color. And the max is equal to that number. Okay, so when you find the median, you can go ahead and fill out your 5-number summary. Mode, I have no idea. I thought I saw a number show up twice. Is there a number that shows up twice? 2, 3, 5, 6, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16. Nope. So you put, they ain't there. There's apostrophe in there, isn't there? Make sure you say some kind of word. Do not put 0. Okay, nairn is a word. Down here, nairn is a word. Just like whooping. There's a difference between a whipping and a whooping. A whipping, you're over it in a couple hours. A whooping, you ain't able to sit down for about 2 or 3 days. Same thing is difference between hungry and hungry. Range, that's equal to the highest minus the what? The lowest. Mid-range is equal to the highest plus the lowest, or the lowest plus the highest. Doesn't matter because addition is commutative, divided by 2. Now, let's go back to our handy-dandy formula. Because the formula will tell you what you need to do. Variance is equal to the summation of x minus x bar, quantity squared, over n minus 1. So that means that I've got to take my average, that's the average. We'll color that mean, I'm going to color that fluorescent green. Okay, and I'll change this another color. There. Okay, so this highlighted, that right there, is that 10.733. So I've got to subtract it from every one of my x's. So that's equal to this number 2 minus 10.733. Now I need everybody to make sure you put this in your notes, because that's where y'all get a little bit. So make sure you write that column down, because that's 2 minus 10.733, 3 minus 10.733, 5 minus 10, 733. Okay, so make sure you know what you're doing right there. I usually put an x minus x bar up here. Help y'all remember. Let's go back to the, what do we do with x minus x bar after we subtract the mean? What do we do with it? Well, I'm going to take this purple marker. No, not purple. Well, no, that ain't going to work. Let's go with orange. What do I do with x minus x bar after I subtract it? What do I do? Okay, that's another cue for somebody to say something. What do I do with that number inside parentheses? What do I do with it after I found it?
Square it.
I square it. Thank you. X minus x bar, quantity squared. So equals this raised to the second power. Pick your numbers. Give you a second or two to fill that column in. Now I'm going to highlight that. I'm going to highlight that top part. I don't have a good color. I've got a new thing of markers here, but all the colors are a little bit too dark. Let's go with this turquoise looking. Now, what do we do with that x minus x bar after we squared it? What is that funky E? What does that mean? Add them all up, Hubert. That's right, class. Add them all up. And I'm going to highlight that, some kind of, oops, no, not that color, a turquoise color. There. Corona. You notice you hadn't heard anything about Corona this week? Or mask?
A little interesting.
What?
I said it's a little interesting.
Yeah, hadn't heard anything. All right, so my turquoise colored 386.9333 is going right here. 386.9333, repeating, over n minus 1, well, there's 15 minus 1 is 14. And we're going to take our handy dandy calculator. And I'm going to take 386.9333333333333 divided by 14. And that's going to give me 27.638. Now, somebody tell me, because I told y'all this in the notes, what is the relationship between the variance and the standard deviation? Look in your notes, because I told you this. I got to do something to the variance to get the standard deviation. Does anybody know?
Square root.
Square root. Good job. Or raise it to the 1/2 power. So I'm going to say 27.63 to the 1/2 power, or 27.63 to the 0.5 power, or the square root of 27.63 . No matter which one of those you do, you're going to get the same answer. So I'm going to take my handy dandy calculator, and I'm going to raise that number to the 0.5 power. And my standard deviation is 5.257. 194.7. I'm going to put all this in the spreadsheet because I want y'all to see it all together. So I'm going to do that right now. Get out of everything. Variance is equal to this number divided by 14. And then standard deviation is equal to this number raised to the 0.5 power. Now I just got to get the first and third. Okay. So here's the middle. Everybody knows that's the middle number. That number 11 right there is the middle number. How many numbers do I have above 11? Let's count. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Well, heck, just find the middle. Find the median of the median. And that's going to be this color. Let's pick. Ooh. Let me go find a different color. Let's go with some kind of purplish. There you go. And that's that number right there. And then how many numbers we got below the 11? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. It's odd. Dang old 14. No. 15. Sorry. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. We'll color that.
Facebook comment.
I know those two yellows are together, but I'm sorry. I don't like that. Change it to, I haven't used red yet. There. Now, I'm going to tell you what both of these things do. Okay, the most important in statistics are the mean and the what? Standard deviation. So the mean goes in the middle. And then you add to the right the standard deviation. And it usually goes 3 to the right. And then you subtract on the left-hand side. Minus that number. And that is what you do with the standard deviation. You add it to the right and you subtract it to the left. You do with the standard deviation. So what's 10 plus 5? 15. What's 15 plus 5? 20, 21-ish. 21 plus 5, 26. 10 minus 5, 5. 5 minus 5, 0. 0 minus 5, negative 5. Now, what do you do with the 5-number summary? Well, you basically draw a line. Let's see if I can do this. Well, I'll show you what the 5-number summary does right here. Draw a line. And the min is 2. And the max is 19. And the mid-range is 10.5. That's your mid-range. And then you draw a box that looks like the first, second, and third quartiles. So 6, let me divide this up a little bit. 2 to 10, half of 8 is 4. So 4 would be a 6. And that would be what? Half of, let's see, 10, 11, 8, half of 8's 4. That'd be 15. 2, 4, that'd be a 4. Be a 8. That'd be a 12 or 13. That'd be 17. Okay, so 6 is magenta. So 6 would go right about here. And, oops, it spilled all my markers. I suck. That burgundy, I don't believe I have a burgundy. So I'll just do the dark red. That's 15. That's the same color. Sorry. And then the middle is yellow at 11. And then that's a box. This is called a box plot. This is called a box plot. And that's what you do with a 5-number summary. And that's for later. You don't have to do that for this homework or anything. But in Math 120, which I teach, and I told y'all you might want to take it, this is what we do in the first unit. So, and this, you don't need this or this, but this right here is 12.4, and this right here is 12.3. Now, what do you notice about the second quartile? It's also the what? The 50th percentile, and it's also the what?
The median.
The median. So let's go back to our homework question. Give the names of the other two statistics that have the same value as the 50th percentile. Which one is it? Okay, let's go back.
B.
What'd you say?
B.
B is in Bravo or D is in Delta? Bravo.
Bravo.
I guess. There you go. That's the answer. I don't know what they want, but that's the answer. Oh, I'm sorry. No, it's not. That says mean. It's the median. I'm sorry. I was looking at, I'm sorry, it's median. look at the spreadsheet right here. We'll highlight that yellow also. The second quartile is equal to the 50th percentile, which is equal to the median. My bad, I didn't read the answer. I suck. Next question. (12.4) 21/5. Okay, we run out of time. It's 12:10 already, so we'll do this one Wednesday. Okay, so we'll do these two Wednesday. So keep sending them because we're about to finish up 12.4. So go ahead and I did what I did today. This right here is 12.4, right? That's 12.4. So if you can do that, that's 12.4. All right. That's what we're going to be doing tomorrow when we go over these two questions, or Wednesday. All right, let's turn this off and take the roll and turn off the recorder.